I'd like to call the New Britain Township Park and Recreation meeting to order. Did everyone have a chance to review the minutes from last month?
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions with it? No. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from last month? I'll motion to approve. Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. First up, we have the Fall Festival update.
Sorry. It was a success. We had 55 vendors. We sold lots of food, didn't we? We sold 3 tiles. We cleared the prior to employee hours that we did not deduct. There was a balance of $6,600, but that will be washed away from before. So there are a lot of things that I'd like to change for next time. If you would like to see videos that I can certainly share them with you too. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Welcome. I guess you guys probably were all, most of you were there. Yes. So I'd like to hear your feedback. I can hear you.
I was a participant this year, but I do think it was a very good call with the Bounce House to have, they had some type of junior, I guess, attendees that were regulating it.
Well, I'll say
was
that was
very-
Marco that found them.
Very good
I
idea.
will say,
Very good.
I will say this, according to the 2 public works, well, Justin and Bill Black, that Marco had, they were very thankful that you were able to get the people under control, because the bounce house people were gonna leave, they couldn't find anybody to watch.
Okay.
So,
But it was
Marco and the food station ran flawlessly, so they just wanted to make sure they extended their thanks to you.
There was like 2 young girls, like high school, maybe girls, that they were phenomenal with the kids and much needed, especially for like the obstacle course one. So I thought that was great. I think going forward, we should plan for some type of attendant.
I think that.
Even if it was just kids, you know what I
Right.
mean, like young.
Yeah, pushing your
Mhm.
managed based.
Thank you. How did you make out with the food?
Good, you give me these books.
So all the bed was actually okay, but yeah, anybody who showed up and paid.
Nope. I was able to work it out with everybody. Anybody that didn't, I think I missed one person and they paid.
Nice.
So everybody was paid. The majority of them, 30, it shows you on here, there were 31 vendors were a holdover from 2023, so there was no payment from them. So we had 24 vendors that paid $30. Did all the back of baskets? Yes.
And how many cars did show up?
8.
8.
So my recommendation would be to maybe
Raise the question. This is nice. This is nice.
So it also gives you a breakdown of donations and expenses. And like I said, you can see it's noted there that we did not deduct the payroll.
Yeah, but I mean, that's totally separate. I think we've achieved the goal for the township, to do something for the township. And I think a lot of public that I talked to, they really liked it. So I think that's the number one.
I need a golf cart there next year. I put a lot of mileage on these feet.
So we have a few things to add to this. You want me to give it to you?
I will not be here tomorrow night. So it's up to you. If you want to let me know now, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, Kristen and Brooke and Bridget will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, so a couple of things. One is, by the way, Public Works, those 2 guys were great.
Yeah, that's what I think they were a little overwhelmed, because I think people need to start taking more responsibility for their own actions. They were put to, like, everybody,
Yeah.
get collaborative.
Yeah.
Maybe one person in charge, and everyone's responsible for their own table and tent.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's gonna happen.
We stayed all the way to the end, you know, myself, Angelo, my son, um, Cynthia Jones was there. You helped too at the end, right? You know, to clean up. So we helped them all the way through, make sure that
I think the biggest thing too was the fire police stuff earlier. Yeah,
they did. But just to make those.
There are some plans. here
and that's
that-
fine. It's just the feedback I'm getting. So maybe next year.
But just to commend those guys, they did a super job.
Um,
And we normally have 5 to 6 public work guys, and it was
I think
2.
it's usually 4.
So,
It usually maybe 4 to set up, 5 to set up, and then one guy would do it, or whatever. Just something to think about for next year. We can limit the amount of time that we have to spend there, but if they
That's
need it,
good.
there's definitely probably need to be more manpower for setup right now.
one thing I would like, I don't think the sponsors, personally, I don't think the sponsors had enough advertising, so let's see if we can get some sort of digital rolling billboard.
In the paperwork that all the sponsors received,
Mhm.
they were supposed to supply their bags. It said it right in the
No,
paperwork.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying some of the sponsors, they pay up to $1,600,000. I think if we can rent a digital billboard or make arrangements with a digital billboard company as a donation for the day and have their names continuously scroll on a digital board, I think it would go a long ways for us and for the sponsors.
I got
And then the third thing is we need Venmo. We need, this generation don't have cash. And I felt bad a couple of times and we gave some free hot dogs and burgers because they didn't have any cash. So I think we need some sort of Apple Pay or, for that day, we can basically swipe. Get a phone and just swipe an Apple Pay in there.
I agree.
My son noticed, he was the guy running the cash register, he said a lot of people like they hadn't given his credit card. So I think that will help,
Yeah, I agree.
and that'll help to sell more. But yeah, it went well. It was very well done.
How did the food trucks make them? Were
They
they
did,
pleased or?
as far as I'm able to tell, that, I've spoken to Pocket Full Flavor, which was closest to the trends. And they were very happy. This was the first event that they had done for the food truck. So they were very happy and they seemed to be busy.
Yeah, they were busy, yeah.
Plus, you also sold food.
I mean, we sold like 200 hamburgers and we sold probably about 80 hot dogs.
I think there's one package of hot dogs.
Yeah.
That was it.
So the 200 count was perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, success. Good job. Good job. Good job in such a small amount of time. No, you did great. You really did. You really did.
Yeah, as a participant this year, I thought it was very enjoyable. I thought it was really nice. It was good weather and I thought the vendors had turned out pretty well. I liked the whole touch a truck section and then the section for the inflatables and then the pumpkins and then we had like the food again. I thought it was great, very enjoyable. And then
More pumpkins for next year because we ran out in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I actually liked the stickers and the paint markers. I think that went like way better than one year we had like legit paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then like it was wet taking them home with the strollers and stuff, and the stickers were like real good, and the paint sticks were good, little markers, and these were nice. Yeah, it was great. How did the petting zoo?
They were very happy and because they actually, the owner had told me that they were gonna leave an hour early. They stayed very late. Because the guys were very happy.
Yeah.
They were very happy. They felt that it was well attended and
Yeah,
they got lots of attention and
they did.
it
Yeah,
good too. Yeah.
it
So,
was-
the feedback that I've gotten, the only thing that I got from the vendors was that it was dusty because they were close to the field and the dirt flew, but there's nothing we can do with that. So we're trying to figure out a new group to set everybody up, everything. I like that the kids' activities were where they were, including the face painting and the balloon lady. So everything was down there, but we have to do a better job with organizing it for events.
I don't know what happened, that wasn't the way it was supposed to happen, I don't know how that happened, but lessons learned, because we did that many years ago, is the way that's set up, it didn't work. So we'll share that again next
Yeah.
year, we'll do a better job, but I don't know what happened, I think everybody rushed it out once they started going in, so, but no, it was good, it was good.
Is the,
Still haven't eaten the hamburger since, but it's good.
is the petting zoo? The petting zoo, I'm not seeing it on the,
That was all paid for last year.
from last year. So how much do you think?
1,500.
And how do people feel about the parking?
Just good.
The only complaints we had were at the very end when the police, the fire police. Thing. So we have a different plan for it. It's in one way and go around and come out behind where the touch truck is. That's my plan for next year. So there's one way in and another way to exit. Because that
That's the
area
way it
is
was
not,
set up before.
right,
There's only one way to exit.
well, no, that's not the way it was being done this time.
Because we want, I know when I exited, I went next to the pavilion and then it was tight with like the pedestrians and people coming
Yeah,
in.
it was too much chaos, so instead, you'll enter that way, we need to buy more signs that say entrance and exit. And you will go all the way around again, to come out the other side behind the touch truck. And there will not be any ball fields that will be occupied here.
Hey, I
I
reached
know.
out, he took full blame for it, President Elevate took full blame.
He was mad at me, because I kept saying. "There's
That
no
wasn't
school."
him, that was the Connie Mack team, that was a part, and they don't have a commissioner or a coach, and he's trying, they're still on volunteers, he said, I reached out to him as soon as I found out. I've known Matt for quite several years, that he's not, so it won't happen. I'll make sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's
He
the
took
only
full
thing.
blame,
yeah.
full responsibility for it, and they actually showed up like after, I think, the event was over, towards the end.
Yeah, but there was the gentleman that came in at like an hour where the event was over to check the fields.
No.
He was
It's
not
just
happy.
miscommunication.
It comes down to, I email back and forth, and I just have to hope that they relate to the league.
Which is
Yeah.
a miscommunication.
But yeah, we can make sure that that doesn't happen.
Well,
again.
it's like I said, I can send out the emails all I want, it's up to the leagues to express it to their coaches. So it's on the permit, and it was emailed a week before the event, so.
And then, just what were the areas that needed more help, volunteers?
All the areas needed help with him. They really did, because you wouldn't believe the graphical area, so. We kept trying to get somebody to go over and make some help down to the graphical area too. And so it's just overall, it's just more volunteers are necessary.
Would it be beneficial just in the future to create like some type of sign up
We did.
genius? You did?
That's how we got the volunteers to do the inflatables and the pumpkins.
We had a couple of people that, they couldn't make it, which is interesting.
But yeah, like I recommended that we do shifts. That there's two different shifts, and we just have people sign up. for them. But yeah, there needs to be.
And is there talk of it becoming a New Britain Township sponsored event opposed to just veterans? Is that? And then how does that look? They would just feed out of the budget for the township and then,
Well, it turned out.
I'm not exactly sure how.
The fall festival originally was from the Veterans Committee. Raising money for the monuments out here and Veterans Park. We accomplished a lot of that. And then about 3-4 years when the township said, well, it'd be a nice community event, township community events. You know, supporting Parks and Recreation, Veterans Committee, just, make it more like from Britain Township for the residents. with the different committees involved,
Okay.
which is not just for one cause, but for the cause of everything. A lot of townships, you know, they have like parks and recreation involved, how they use it. For fall festival, for parks and recreation. It comes from the same.
How many years, has the fall festival been?
This is the 14th.
Yeah, it was 20, yeah.
Not 1914, 15 years.
All right, does anybody have any other, questions or comments about the fall festival?
Very minor, but I think the raffle table should be facing the other way. Out towards the field, so people can see the actual baskets as opposed to towards the pavilion.
I think it should be completely away from the pavilion.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I think
because
the
it has more visibility.
I think the idea was that people came.
I agree with you. I would like to keep the raffle towards the pavilion, but the location isn't that good. I agree with you.
But I was, it's all they were seeing were backs.
Yeah. It was too trapped. There was a tree, pavilion, it was in a lot of space.
I think if it was moved up closer to the performance area, but still by the pavilion.
Yeah, between the performance and the pavilion. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we're not young people.
What about, an appropriate tablecloth?
We had the, well, it was
Maybe it would just.
it was supposed to be the township table, yeah, but there were 8 quick tables and the table was 6. So we didn't have tablecloths on it. That's the point. Yeah, all of those things can be easily.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
All right. Up next, item number 3 is the Santa House.
So. I'm proposing, because I love our parks. And I think we should show them off more, that we need the Santa House out of the shopping center. And show off the decoration.
No one's gonna see it.
So I have
It's
great
been here,
plans.
wasn't successful.
I'd like you to please give me an opportunity to present. my ideas. You will ultimately get the opportunity to decide. So I just, after being here for Fall Fest and seeing how wonderful the park is, and all the work that goes into maintaining it, I think it is something that we should consider for our residents, plus it's walkable. There are many neighborhoods around here that it would be walkable for.
So when the parking situation would be parking in this upper lot closer to Park Avenue, and then would it be walkable down and getting in it, so that no cars would be driving down to it?
That would be parking lot, the large parking lot where the car show was.
Right.
Out in front, down the end of the building. Handicap parking would be by the Veterans Memorial behind the building.
I'm also concerned that would be sufficient parking.
For the amount of people that show up
I
and waiting for Santa with all the kids standing there.
Especially the party.
And I really don't wanna see this thing go into a major event, being the fact it's only 2 hours. Because every year, we know that at 5 o'clock, they're all standing at Santa by 6:15, line's done. And there's stragglers that come in. So I don't know, I like the idea, so I'm not putting it down, but I'm just saying for the amount of turnout that we get, I don't know if it's viable. It's because 90% of the turnout, and this is the past 10 years or more, it's been the first at 5 o'clock. There's a line of kids, maybe 50. And then after the first hour, it dies down, and then we have people come in the second night, it's not nearly. And I'm concerned about. At Giant, we had the lighting, we had everything set up, we had a spot for the choir. We had Giant right there for food order donations, people bring shopping carts of goods until they shop and say here. And there's room for the fire truck to circle the entire, I just think it's a neater experience for everybody. You're shopping with your kids, you're at McDonald's, you bring them home. And hey, let's go see Santa, even if you don't know it. That's just my opinion.
I think there are also people, very similar to the shopping carts, like who didn't realize that they were asking for donations, and they realized it, then they would go to Giant,
Right.
and back.
Well, I've been told that it was only a half of a truck, of a pickup truck in donations. There were money donated, which would still be the opportunity for people to do that. But I'm just, I have not experienced this event except for 10 years ago when I was part of the Shop at the Britain Business Alliance and we tried to help. And we were told to smile on music. So we were trying, this is the way it's always been done, so.
That's not,
That was a different administration.
that was not 100% right, but
Yeah, well,
I know- I know the situation.
I was there and I know what the subject is.
yeah,
So-
there was, like you said, different people, different.
Not everybody got
I
along.
just, if this is a New Britain Township event. And you're talking about being in a parking lot, I mean, it's the safety factor. With kids running in the parking lot, I mean, to me, there's lots of reasons to be concerned. So I talked to the food truck that we got fall festival and they would come and do hot chocolate. Get donated cookies and he would hand them out also. So it would be a little bit different event instead of the way we've always done it. So you are the Park and Rec committee and I'm just presenting my ideas to you. I just think we were able to get 2 tower lights for free that would light up the park. So there wouldn't be any issues with that. Plus decorating them, candy cane, and having Santa enter, having the house down there. The choir, we have choir for Friday night, that's it. We don't have anything for Saturday. A lot of the people that I've been told that come when the choir is singing are parents. So that is the reason why there's a lot of people, but in the past, I looked through and we just made plans for 250 cookies. 125 each night.
I would be curious if we would be able to poll the attendance or they come to the Santa House at the Giant Center and just, you know, before they come up, meet Santa or after while they're waiting in line, hand them the paper. You know, how would you feel about moving this? Would you be in favor or against? I'd be curious what the public would say. I'm not 100% opposed to moving it. I do like the idea of having it at home base. I do see the benefit of having it at Giant, where it's somewhat established and the traffic is there. I think that if it were to be moved, it should be definitely advertised 100% at the Fall Fest, especially, you know, if it were to happen next year, advertise it, you know, put the Santa house there and be like, Santa's coming right here, you know, in X amount of months, 3 months, 2 months, whatever it was. But I'd be curious if the public would be in support or not.
We had it at.
We used to have it in here.
Well, that's the other advantage too. If there's bad weather, it can be held in here, which you can't do that at shopping center.
I mean, I don't know, that is true. I mean, there's been times where it was for a reason. Absolutely.
Is it feasible to do this shift this year?
Yes. I've already done a lot of research and, Public Works has done some research also into moving it this year. So that's why
Who from Public Works is on the research?
Brian and I have been working on it.
Okay. What was his take on it?
He made the map.
That's what I was also wondering, whether it is too late to make the change for people to even be aware of it. Would it be,
Social media will take care of that, we can do it now, and there's lots of ways we can get that information out to the public. This collection right here was done all through social media.
I didn't know about this
neither did I.
at all, and I was like shocked, because I literally just saw it when we, yes, I was shocked.
Walked in now.
I would say. No, I mean, I'm not a huge social media person, but I mean, I'm young enough where it happens like every day. But I was like shocked at this turnout, and I was shocked, I didn't even know about it. I would just ask, like, if it's possible doing something like this, because I would have loved to have volunteered, donated it, or whatnot, but if we could just shoot an email to like the boards, because then I could have, my family, it would have probably.
It's super supervised.
I'm surprised, yeah, oh, yeah, I'm not blaming you at all. I'm not
I had
blaming
no
anybody.
idea, I had
I'm
no
just
idea
saying,
until
I
walked in
I
with
had
that.
not a clue, I had like not a clue.
So on this set, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Remember way back in the years, we used to have it here and we didn't get anybody come. That's the reason we moved into the parking lot. But I mean, I'm open to everything, but it's not gonna be our decision.
I know that.
Is there any legal ramifications if it's here, if somebody got hurt here versus stripping in the parking lot giant? I feel like it might be too late this year for advertising, but I'm not opposed to it personally. I think it could be very, very special, very magical. I know this has like Kathy written all over it with decorating.
I just get concerned about the amount of setup that's going to be. Because just setting up the Santa house alone takes a day. To half a day to 3/4 of a day, just to get everything over there, get everything set up, make sure everything's working. That's just the Santa house, not involving everything else. So this,
I would say if we're gonna move it, I would say use this year to collect data. How many people came, how many people were from the choir, how many were the parents, how long did this day, when was the.
How are you going to do that? How are you gonna get that information? I have done polling in the past, and people sometimes don't like to answer this.
What about just surveying people online, just getting, they're just sitting there waiting, they get very brief, 3 questions.
The only thing I can tell you is just from experience, because we've been doing this for a long time, it didn't work back then. That's why we moved it. I'm not saying that if we tried again and do it better, that it won't work. I mean, I like your idea of Candy Lane and lighting everything up and what have you. So, I mean, I'm up for it. I mean, I don't want to Google anybody's idea. I don't think it's gonna be our decision.
I would agree that I think it's just too late to make the changes yet for people to be aware. I think the change would have had to have occurred at least before the fall festival, and maybe have advertised it there.
Right,
Yeah, I mean, maybe in the entire year.
it's in July, and
Right.
that's it,
and there's still gonna be people that are really unaware. That because once they get to a normal routine, they just.
That's why we need a digital billboard.
I agree 100% with the vision.
Well, that's in two
All the
thousand
townships.
twenty-seven, it's already
You
in
gotta
the
follow
plans, but
Hold on.
years off.
That is a source of information.
Yeah, I
by
agree.
Township buildings.
I agree.
It's also, the message repeats itself.
Yeah,
So my thinking behind moving this was to change things up in Britain Township. Because it's stale, it's old. Being a former resident of New Britain Township, I just know how people feel about New Britain Township, and my thinking was to make it improve.
when we advertise for this,
Oh, no, I was gonna say, I think it's a good idea. I think it'd be a great idea for 2025. I just think it's too late to get the information out for everybody to know. I think maybe have to start in January to let them know, but at the very least, the fall festival, but maybe Easter, maybe 4th of July. That's just my feeling on it. I'm not saying thumbs down eternally. I just think it may be too late for people to be on the lookout for it.
And we're 60 days out.
I mean,
I'm
actually,
not
like
quite
big
sure
head.
how much notice you need tell people that Santa's is coming to town after Thanksgiving.
But it's a big change after all the years.
It's
People-
still, it's
people are
still,
routine.
it's still within the township. It's not going far away. It's a place that people know, which is the township building in North Branch Park, which gets a lot of visibility. You could put signs out front right now. Santa's coming to town December 12th and 13th. You can have signs out front on what everybody that comes to play sport here, they would know.
That's my, question. Do we advertise for the Santa House at the local schools and daycares? We do, like,
So it's really not that difficult to get the word out.
Then we have, yes.
We took them out.
I see the excitement in people. And parents think, oh, we can go to McDonald's and have dinner and then come see Santa and they have more opportunities to go to Giant to get food, to go to McDonald's. It's a combined evening for all of them.
I think it also brings some business to those businesses that are in the shopping center, because I think if you want Hachi or I forget the name of the noodle place that is there as well.
I understand you with the microphone.
Sorry. I think it allows some business for the businesses in the Western shopping center. I'd like the Village Square Shopping Center, because I know besides McDonald's or Giants, sometimes you went to Hachi or the noodle place, and I'm blanking on
The
the
Noodle
full name.
House, I think it
I
is.
think it's just called Noodle
Yeah.
House, okay,
And Fusion Kitchen donated all the hot chocolate.
but
All we had to do was get the
And that was good.
container, yeah, bring it back.
tell people that as well. So it's what the donation.
And it was nice. They wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, all they had was a little chalkboard sign up there, so they. So,
I mean, I like it better at the park in the sense that I can walk here and I can walk to, from home to the Village Square, but I mean, I don't think my comfort level is, be so effective.
I would say I'm all for trying it out. However, I have to agree with Brooke. This year, I think we're for sure. Just because people are just machines.
Yeah.
They,
In a run.
well, they know every year that Santa House is there and they don't always look at the advertisement. Oh, Santa's coming down.
they're looking, they're gonna look for the date, we're gonna see that, we're gonna end up there and they're gonna be, where is everything?
yeah.
But I'm all for giving it a try, but I think this year, I think we would be hurting ourselves. That's just.
I think it would be worth, having a flyer and asking, did you know about this event when you attended, yes or no? Would you be opposed to attending here? I would just be curious to just get some statistics.
But I think even before we would consider, I think it needs further attention to see that's even a possibility.
What are the decisions you're making?
If people are making these decisions.
What's- you gonna do it?
Yeah, I mean, this is a.
They
big
have,
event.
they have been presented with this. Some of the members that have been here this week have been presented with this.
So it hasn't been formally.
It hasn't been formally presented. The idea has been floated out.
So are you asking us to vote on this or is this just?
I don't know what the procedures are, so. I'm guessing that is what has to happen, and whatever your decision is, if that goes to the board.
Can we do two separate votes, like one for 2024, one for 2025?
I'm only looking at 2020.
As well as it.
So
You need a motion?
in this case, we need to make a motion to either agree or disagree with moving it this year.
So how do you? How do we want to phrase this?
I'm sorry.
How do we phrase it? That's sort of a negative within the question, just is it?
The chairman has to basically raise it that, we will present it with the possibility of moving the Senate House to North Branch Park for calendar year 2024. And basically, if the board agrees with it, then a motion to agree or disagree. for calendar year 2024. And then what we can do is, if this is a possibility, then our next Parks and Rec meeting, then we can have a motion for 2025. Either agree with it or disagree. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, so, so based off of what we just discussed about the Santa House and proposing it being moved to North Greenwich Park, this year, 2024. May I have a motion to move the event to North Greenwich?
The motion to relocate the event. Yes, or no motion?
In 2025,
2024.
2024.
This year.
Okay.
This year.
I will motion to vote on it.
Yes. The vote not to move it. Is that a nay or nay?
That's what I mean, it's why we have to phrase the question carefully. Do you need someone to, your motion is to,
I'm not motioning, I'm asking.
well, if we don't have a motion to move it,
I'll make a motion not to move it for calendar year 2024.
okay, so we vote yes if we want, no. That's right, that we have a negative in the question, I just wanted to make sure the votes.
And I have a motion, all in favor? Or not in favor?
Keeping it.
Keeping it.
Keeping it, thank you.
Keeping that giant for 2024.
At the shopping center.
Motion to keep the Santa House event at the Green Shopping Center.
I will second the motion.
All in favor?
Right.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the motion carries to keep the Santa House.
Correct.
At the giant shopping center for 2024.
So
That's not to say it can't be changed for 25.
I'll
And
make
then a little bit.
what's that? Well, I don't know if you want to make another motion for 2025.
I don't think we have to
I
do
I don't
that.
think we have to do that right now.
I think that would be done in January,
Yes.
after this Santa House event.
They could be advertised with the Easter Bunny next year, in 2025, Easter Bunny will tell you where they're going to Santa.
Now, I'd be curious to get the feedback from the residents, at least the ones that attend.
And ultimately, it's for them to the board supervisors, depending on what they say, maybe a new plan.
Right, because they might just be like, "Oh, we love it here, because
Yeah.
we go shopping and blah, 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 and then we go to town, so whatever. But I would be curious, just to get a little bit more information, just so we can see how we can better suit it to the residents and, there's non-residents that go there as well, and visits from us. Like, I know a lot of people in Montgomery, County, and stuff as well, so I would just be curious what some of the data is.
Now, if it's at the shopping center, will the cookies and the things, if they're given out to the kids, someone will shop for them?
My plan is to get them donated.
Okay. Do we have to ask? Are you asking for a sponsor or are you asking for somebody?
I was gonna ask for sponsorships, and I was gonna also ask individual, either DJs or Costco or Giant to do.
I'll take care of Johnny. She,
Not that, it's not difficult.
I spoke with the manager, they donated all the hamburger buns and condiments for the fall festival. And they, Johnny was on board with helping various organizations. I mean, I think there's a limit, they don't need corporate approval to a certain limit.
And would Fusion Kitchen be interested in making,
No.
they don't wanna make hot chocolate again? Were they asked?
I don't want very long. That was why I went in the direction of food truck.
Was there any talk on ordering bells this year?
I didn't get much more. I was presenting to you about something different and new. If we're gonna go back to the bells and candy canes, and that's all on the list. That can be done. You can have them within 2 days if they're ordered through Amazon. that's in that dollar amount. On the sheet, the $800 and some dollars, sure, that's all included in there, as a supplies.
Right. Any other questions?
Share it.
All right, number 4 on our list, we have the Lenape Valley softball dugout plaque request.
You all got the email I sent, the primers of it, I don't see it being an issue, if they're talking to them, they don't have the money, they know that it's been approved. I reached out to Jeremy when because they're trying to get donations, lumber or whoever, money, whatever, so he was asking for a small plaque in the dugout.
Okay,
I don't see any problem with it because it's not, he said there's no banners, like I said, you all saw the email, so I sent it out, basically, you prepared to make
Sure.
a decision.
is it, are they installing it or would you install like the?
I would have that installed, if they're gonna put it up there, they can put it there, like, I think it's just gonna be a one, to be honest with you, the way he was talking. That's. Right,
Is that something,
make a motion to approve, because then I would have to get the. approval.
so did everyone have a chance to review the email? Okay, so may I have a motion to approve the plaque request?
I'll motion to approve. Plaque request.
I second it. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the memorial tree request at North Branch Park.
And you all voted already. Yes, so, the only next step is just to get the board approval. We can.
Okay. So did everyone have a chance to review the emails that were sent about the memorial tree request?
Yeah.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No, so the motion carries.
I do have a question. When is it too late? I'm looking at like the end of October, it's like, like the soil temperatures.
Yes, I would say,
I think they were out of town. He just contacted me today. I missed his call, I left a voicemail, so,
what tree is it?
it's a red bud.
They are native.
So, and there's 3 different types of it. They're all under the same genus.
Sure.
So,
It's not a good time to entry, but.
Yeah.
I said it's, so I'm gonna try and push them off to maybe doing it early April.
Sure,
That way the plaque will be done.
sure.
This is the first memorial, like, because I was like searching around who we go to, so everything's under control. So we
Yeah,
got
I mean,
plaque
like-
Company, we can have it. Highland Hill. Nursery. Real helpful, so I have to make sure that they have it, sure.
Sure.
So I'm gonna talk to them, see if they would be opposed to having it in April. Due to the fact that we're on the hook for it 2 years.
Not only that, we have a little square table.
Well, that's not a
Yes.
problem, I can order the tray, it just needs to be ordered every day.
Yeah, it's gonna start, it's getting close to like freezing temperature.
Yeah, all the soil temperatures.
Yeah.
Past us, so I was like, this is like getting really good, so.
I agree, I would hope.
They're really
if
nice,
it was me, I would-
I met the wife. And they're very nice people, so I'm trying to do it.
Sure.
They shouldn't have a problem, but I still fear it.
That sounds good. I just had a comment to make about the basketball courts. They look great. I went down and saw it.
I want to say on record, that was a lot of work done by the public works department, Jeremy Bishop, the foreman and the crew.
They look-
There's no way I would have like that. They did the majority of the work. We helped them, did it, but as far as. I can't, I had the initial layout and they just went with it, so the trail was done. I do want to ask, I'm going to put up a sign on the basketball court because I see what's going to happen. And I want to know, we have to have it made, either rephrase it, no roller blades, roller skating, etc., or court to be used for basketball only, all other activities are strictly prohibited.
Okay,
I think which one, the second one?
I think make it as broad as possible, otherwise people will nitpick.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Well, it's a hoverboard, it's not skateboard.
Right.
So just make it like the second one.
I'm on a unicycle and I was in a bicycle.
Subject,
Yeah.
subject to a fine.
Well, Under what ordinance, then I have to have an ordinance number. I think we just leave it like that.
Under the ordinance, it's building.
And, sure,
Yeah. Are you getting lots of compliments from? the
we are,
residents?
there's some people that were playing on it,
It's a win-win.
it is, it really looks,
It
the way it turned out. I was away on vacation when they did the final colors on it, I'm like,
Yeah.
but,
It looks great.
thank you,
I-
yeah, it turned out nice.
And the trash can on the park,
That started, yeah, we got the first trash can over by your playground.
they look good and when the trail was resurfaced, was it an issue when we drove on it for Fall Fest? It was like,
That was a scratch coat, there was nothing really permanent.
so nothing got damaged.
No,
It was just
nothing got
curious,
damaged.
just-
We're in the process now. We just started with like trying to back up against this. And
It looks great,
Thank
it was really. really
yeah,
good.
it was definitely needed.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a lot now, like all the people, the park patrons, we use it are ecstatic, so.
And is there still talk about the playground getting replaced here
We had that,
by the pavilion?
I think it's on next year's, yeah, I just sent the preliminary, proposal from Recreation Resources to the board. Actually. I think I had done, it was the same one that we'd all seen,
You're right.
the fire engine, I was already approved with you, so.
And billions in that,
If there's gonna be something there in the plant, I don't know exactly what. Right now, it's moving the swing sets and updating the top lot and trying to connect the show. So the parents don't have to stroll the kids from the train to the swing set being next to the driveway.
We're one place over
Outdated,
there.
the outdated A-frame.
Yeah.
if you ever update, then that means update the light system.
Yeah, well, it's not rated for, like a coffee maker.
Not saying.
You have to reset the hot dog machine. No, it's not turning.
All right,
Like that.
number 5, public comment. Anybody have anything else that they want to say or bring up or address? All right, so I guess that will conclude our meeting, and I have a motion to adjourn. A motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. Thank you. Thank you.